Yo, you already know the score. It's your big dog, Fatty. Outside looking inside, surviving prison. Let's go. Okay, so what y'all just looked at was a comment that I got from an ex-CO, Faye Nowinski. Um, so yeah, some of y'all might have read it. Some of y'all probably didn't. So I'm gonna read it, and then I'm gonna, you know, speak my truth, my feelings about what he said. So let me read that for y'all real quick. All right, so let's see what Faye Nowinski talking about. If you're gonna tell the story, tell the full story. I was a CO before, and I know some officers actually cared about inmates. But the first chance someone got, they messed over them, and either they lost their job or even got beat up because someone was having a bad day. Some officers have even been killed, dashed, disrespected to the highest level, even when they are good. Do you think that changes people? The inmates will just watch the person knowing they are wrong. You will grab more viewers by telling the full story. If you really want to make a change, then don't talk about it, take action. All right, then, Mr. Fade. First, let me say, these your feelings, this your truth. And so let's politic about it. So first, let me say, I appreciate you watching the channel, clicking on it, and watching the video, and sending in your comment, because your comment is valid. You got a valid comment. You saying some stuff in there that's valid from your side of the fence. You feel me? I was talking about my side and what I witnessed. I never said that it wasn't no COs in there that was actually good or cared and did things for inmates to try to help better themselves. And then some of them get messed over too. So you absolutely right. You absolutely correct with that too. But um, yeah, that's not what the video was for. And then you say what you say instead of what you say. I'm gonna go verbatim. If you really want to make a change, then don't talk about it, take action. So that's what I'm doing. I'm spreading awareness. I'm spreading awareness so everybody will know. And it's good that you stepped up and you threw your hat in the ring. And let's talk from the from the CO side. So I invite you to the show. If you wanna hook it up, if you wanna get on here, we could definitely hook it up, and then you can really say what you need to say, or how you feel. But um yes, it is officers inside of prisons that are good people, that genuinely care about inmates and go out of their way to help inmates. In my experience, the COs that get beat up are assholes, or they doing something. They probably came in bringing something in from home into prison to a guy that's in prison that's having a horrible day. So they might get jumped on. They might not be everyday buttholes, but you got to think, when somebody incarcerated for heinous crime and they not never going home, some people not never going home, and you just feel like you can go in there and talk to them and treat them any old kind of way. Not to mention that they men. You know what I'm saying? You putting yourself at risk. Every day you wake up and put that uniform on and you walk in there, you got to know it's a possibility that you're not going to walk up out of there. Or if you do walk up out of there, you might not walk up out of there the same as you walked in. So that's more of a reason to go in there and be aware of your surroundings, and treat people like human beings. Treat people like human beings. I've seen inmates step up for COs and stop things from happening to COs because of the way that the CO treat said individual. You know what I'm saying? When you go in there, and then even the CO got to know this. It's a pecking order. You could tell who the strongest. You could tell who the person is, who the pod bosses are. You know what I'm saying? You know who to go to get something done, to get something stopped, to get something put on pause. You should know that. If you a CO, I know that. Everybody that's incarcerated know that. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know that. So if you in there, you should know that. Yeah, but it's real good COs in there. I got COs that I really wish I had their phone number or whatnot. I seen one CO since I've been home. We bumped into each other on the street because I had went to that little city and saw him. And it was good seeing him. And I was happy that he was able to see me shining. You know what I'm saying? But then you got butthole inmates too. Butthole inmates that do stuff that make COs be a certain way. But you know what I'm saying? For the most part, ain't nobody just going around doing nothing to no CO just on the strength. That's what I'm saying. You had to been messing with this person, harassing this person, or even this person having a bad day. They having a bad day. They got some bad news from the street, or they ain't getting no news from the street. And then here you come, want to go in there and shake they cell down and just take some stuff. And just take stuff that you really don't even have to take. You're taking stuff like porno books and freak pictures and like stuff that you really ain't even got to take. Doing stuff that you really ain't even got to do because you had an argument with your wife at home or your girlfriend or your boyfriend at home. You having a problem at home, and now you want to come in here and take it out on the guys. It'd be a bunch of things. And then too, you mentioned, let me see, you mentioned COs going out their way and caring and then getting losing their jobs. They be losing in my experience, from what I know and what I've seen, COs be losing their jobs because they be doing stuff. They be doing stuff and they get caught. So they'll be doing something with an inmate, for example, bringing in drugs, bringing in tobacco. In Ohio, you can't have tobacco no more in the prisons. So bringing in tobacco, which they'll go to the store and buy a pound of tobacco for $50. $25, whatever it costs, $25 to $50, and sell it to an inmate for $1,000. Sell it to an inmate for $1,000, then the inmate just take it and bust it down. It's like a pound of weed. Bust it down and make a couple thousand, and you know what I'm saying? They in business together. They doing illegal together. So when they get caught, or the inmate get caught, the inmate tell. I don't condone the telling, but the inmate tell, and then that's how the CO get lose their job, or if they'll start having intimate relationships, and then feelings get involved, and the CO's partner on the street find out and blow it up, so they get caught and they put the inmate in the hole. The whole thing, everything about it is the inmate gonna go to the hole, and the CO gonna get out. You just can't come back in. You gotta go. But this inmate in the hole gonna get rolled out to another institution, and they still might have to go to the parole board, and they gonna get some more time at the parole board. So yeah, that happened, and they lose their job, and COs lose their job for doing too much, and inmates putting that paperwork on them, putting them in formal complaints in on them, and they piling up, and So, but that's rare. That's rare that happened. I heard about that. That happened like towards the end of my bit for the first time when I told you about when I got caught with the phone at Lake Erie. But them COs had multiple things going on, and that added on to it, and they ended up getting walked out. But yeah, they ain't just walking inmates. I mean COs. They're not just walking COs out of the institution and firing them out of the institution just for nothing. See, an inmate can't go and just say something about a CO and they gonna take it as law, as facts. No, never. Not in my experience at all. When they be losing their job, it's because they be having some type of connection. The all the way from the CO paying an inmate a hamburger and some French fries to file their taxes, all type of stuff. They be connected. So if you a CO, then you know. And then you say you an ex-CO. Well, I'm wondering where you from? What prison did you work in? Why you no longer a CO? Like, did you get walked out? Cause I mean, I don't know. I want to know these questions. So I'm inviting you to the channel. Holla at me. Let's politic. Let's get on here and let's talk. Cause I do want to hear your truth. And you tell me don't talk about it, be about it. I'm spreading awareness. I'm out here. I'm with the young guys. I'm telling them jail ain't cool, prison ain't cool. That's not where you want to be. I'm mentoring them. I'm showing them a better way. I'm showing them different things so that they don't have to go through what I went through. They don't have to go in there and get starved or beat on the CO because the CO playing crazy too much. You feel me? That's what I'm doing. So I am doing, you know what I'm saying, everything, full circle, everything. So if you want to help, you want to make a change, tap in. Let's link up. Let's do a show. Let's talk about it. You can ask me whatever you want to ask. I'll ask you a couple questions. We don't keep it fair. And then, like I said, feelings validated over here. Them your feelings. I ain't mad about your feelings. But you talking from a CO perspective. I'm talking from the other side. You know what I'm saying? So but I understand both sides. That's what I see. You don't. You just understand that side. Because I never said that all COs was messed up. I met some COs that was really, really cool. That was really cool people. And then I'm gonna tell y'all this story, right? But we got some other people that commented on Fade's comment. Let me pop that up on here for y'all real quick. Y'all, so shout out to that group. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for sending your comments in. Like I said, I welcome all y'all to the channel. If you want to come through, send me a message. Let's see if we can make it happen. Willie McKee, salute. Relaxing 5824. You already know the score. You heard me? Chris Walker, X6X. You hear me? And the Stunner Gang. Big salutes to all y'all. You feel me? Keep watching and sending your messages in and replying to these things. But hopping back into it, I said I had a little story to tell. So this story is about this inmate, and he was a CO. He was a black CO, and he ended up being my boy, Benjamin. Was his last name Benjamin? No, that was his brother name. Brown. CO Brown. That was in the Mansfield Correctional Institution. He was a black dude. He was big and like greasy. He had a curly hair. You know what I'm saying? He wore glasses and he was like no nonsense. And he was like a mean dude. He was mean. And I'm young. I'm like, I think I met him young. I met him when I like first came through the doors. I'm like 19, 20. And they had me working in the kitchen. I was in pots and pan room. The worst job you want to have. In the penitentiary if you in the kitchen. You gotta wash all of the dishes. get used in the institution from every inmate. Every pan that get cooked in, every pot that get used, every spoon, every fork, every cup that get drunk out of, you in charge of washing them and stacking them and piling them up. So that was my job. And it's all wet and dirty and it's just horrible. And then they lock you back there and you be back there for like the whole 8 hours. You did. So yeah, I was working back there. And he was working back there. He was the CO back there for the back dock. For the back dock. That's where the garbage and all that. So bags, you get the dock open and you take it back there, inmate, throw it in a dumpster or whatnot, and or unload stuff back there. So I can't remember exactly what happened, but we get into it. Me and Brown. We get into it, and but like he was like no nonsense. He was a mean dude, and he'd invite you off into the cut and politely put hands and stuff on you. So I knew he was doing that to people, but me and him never had no run-in until this day. And we had the run-in, and he was talking crazy. He said something crazy, and then like I'm the type of person, once you say something to me crazy that's just like over the top, it's hard for me to calm down. It's hard for me to calm down. Well, especially back then, like you got to show me, you got to do it, because now I want to do it to you, and yeah, what you said you gonna do to me, now I want to do that to you, or you got to show me. So that's how it was. So we ended up having words, and he invited me to the dock. Come on, get back here, and it was like, come on, get your bitch ass back here. What? I'm going, what's up? Come on, where's that? So I'm on that. And I think that kind of like shocked him, because he had a reputation of inviting people, but then a lot of people would turn it down, and then they'll tuck tail. He told me that, man. I said, man, let's get there. And so he was acting like he was going. I'm walking behind him. And I'm telling him, like, take your man down off. Do this, do that. And he acting like he unclipping and everything. So it ain't much for me to do but just show up. So I'm going. And yeah, I'm going. And so now, when something really about to go on, it's quiet. Like, we might have our back and forth. Like, man, this, that, and get there. But once you say get there, it's over with, because now we don't want to cause no scene so somebody else see and maybe get another CO, police or something, or just people standing around looking. No, you know what I'm saying? You said what you said. Come on, hold up, come on, let's get back here. So we on some of that type time. That's what I'm on that type time. Like, come on, I'm about to get the chance to put my hands on the CO for the free. He about to give me a free. That's a free one. So yeah, I'm anxious. I get back there, and I guess he was seeing I was too anxious. And then when we get back there, he started talking to me. He talked to me, and I was talking back, and you know what I'm saying? We ended up talking, and we came to an understanding that night. And I leave. So from then on, from that day on, you know what I'm saying? Our communication was different, and I think that was due to, like, it was so many suckers around faking like they was that. But he seen that I was really like that. He took a liking to me. I was young. He started giving me game. He started like asking me about school. How far you get in school? How far you get in school, man? You should go to school. They got school. You can either go and graduate, or you can get your GED. Then they got college. They got woo. So we used to start having conversations, all types of conversations, to where this became my dude. This became big homie for me. You know what I'm saying? I was really a little boy. This was a grown man. He was like in his 40s. He probably was in his 40s. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, dude turned out to be super cool. Dude probably was one of the coolest COs that I came across. But without me knowing, I thought he was the BS. But that's due to so many BS inmates in there. And inmates do crazy, stupid stuff too. that make COs have to be a certain way. That make them have to be a certain way. Make them have to be all the way by the book. Make them do things. But it's the COs that I'm talking about that I don't really like is the ones that just go over the top. Like if I'm wrong and you pop me, you got me. You got me. I might be mad at you or whatever, but that's the game. Cops and robbers. You the police. I'm the robber. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm robbing and you catch me, then you got me. But to just, if I ain't doing nothing and I'm really just chilling and you just coming through and you just trying to wipe me down and take stuff, they be taking stuff like porno magazines. Why would you take a porno magazine from a man that's incarcerated? They promote homosexuality in there. Like for real. Like just keeping it a buck. They'll take a porno magazine. They'll take naked pictures. They'll take that stuff and discard it, throw it away or whatnot. And you feel me? Like it ain't nothing. So yeah, man, shout out to Mr. Brown. I heard that he passed away. I heard he had a heart attack. He had a brother, C.O. Benjamin. This was in the Mansfield Correctional Institution. So anybody know what I'm talking about, or if they know Benjamin, where he at, or if he watching, man, holla at me, man. Benjamin was cool. Benjamin was cool. Miss G, she was a good CO. Miss Gordon. Man, there was so many good COs that came in there and they just came in there and like they did their job and they just did their job and went home. But it's like everybody human in here, so you can have a conversation. We talk about everything, talk about stuff, what's going on the street. But then too, it's them COs. Some COs be jealous because how inmates be in there living. You'll go in the inmate cell and they got their cell decked out. The floor waxed, shiny. You got to take your shoes off to walk in the cell. They got towels draped up in the window like curtains. They got everything wholesale decked out. Velour blankets everywhere. They got a sound system in there. TVs, multiple TVs in there. Food stacked up, and then you go and you look in their pictures and you see them all on the street with their money and cars and jewelry. You know what I'm saying? And then the CO get in there and see that, and you making your little bit over minimum wage, and you feeling away. You feeling away. You know what I'm saying? So now you want to take and mess stuff up and just have it. You feel me? So them type of things be going on. I'm not saying that all COs bad, but there's some COs in there that are, and there's some COs that's good, and then they get corrupted by other bad COs, and then there's some COs that's in there that's good and decent. You know what I'm saying? And the inmates, things that the inmates do mess it up. Like you got inmates that just be in the corner and they just be tugging on themselves on a female. Female ain't even paying attention, and they got their man out, showing them, flashing them, jacking off on them and stuff like that. Creep, rapist type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's all type of stuff going on. But in that video, I was just talking about a particular thing because a lot of stuff got sent to me on that topic. So I was talking about that topic. And yes, I've seen COs take stuff, beat on inmates, starve inmates, lie on inmates. I seen them use inmates. They bringing inmates in little hamburgers and French fries, so they'll file their taxes for them. You know what I'm saying? You said if I'm gonna talk about it, I'm gonna talk about it all. So I'm gonna talk about it. And then for the COs that get walked out, they be doing stuff. They be doing stuff. You ain't just getting walked out for no reason. You ain't just getting walked out of the penitentiary for no reason. You ain't getting fired and losing your job or asked to resign for no reason. And the main reasons be they be having a relationship with the inmate, or they bringing the package in for the inmate, or both of them, or they just file. Them just the facts. So yeah, Fade, where you work, where you used to work at? Let's get on here. Let's talk about it. You feel me? Thank you for your comment. Send another one in. Hopefully I touched everything. I know I was kind of speedballing through it, but let me see. Let me look at this. Yeah, first chance inmate got, they messed over or beat. Yeah, you know that happened. But yeah, outside looking inside, you already know the score is your big dog. It's some decent CEOs in there, but it's a bunch of messed up ones too. It's a bunch of messed up ones too. Just like it's people that should be in prison, and it's people that shouldn't be in prison. Feel me? It's a whole wide range. It's gumbo in there. You feel me? You gonna get what you put in there. So that's what's up. Outside looking inside, surviving prison. You feel me? It's your big dog. Salute.